Hey there, I'm Elizabeth Henson. Welcome to the Messy Success Podcast, where I'm helping creative dreamers and overachievers tackle business and life. After 6 years of being my own boss, I finally unraveled a tiny bit of what it takes to survive in this amazing world of being an overly creative entrepreneur. I'm your business bestie, here to help you with all those big ideas and to normalize some of the day-to-day struggles that we all share. My mission is simple. I want more women to make a living doing what they love and to feel good about themselves in the process. The best way to start? We can't do it alone. So welcome. I hope you'll hang out with me here where it's totally okay to be messy. Hello, you guys. Welcome to another episode of the Messy Success Podcast. I am your host, Elizabeth Henson, coming at you on a Monday morning, trying to bring this podcast back. And I've just been really inspired lately to talk to you guys in real time and just let you know what's been going on. So this is going to be one of those random episodes where I'm just going to brain dump everything that's new, everything that's changed, what we can expect moving forward, and just be real and candid and open with you guys. A friend of mine, Caitlin, who was actually on here a couple weeks ago, inspired me to write an email to my list and just write an email like we would, 5 or 10 years ago when you're sending an email to your friends. And you guys loved it. I got so many responses that were like, do this more. Tell us what's going on with you. We tend to put on our business owner hat and our marketing hat and feel like everything has to have a strategy. And I'm guilty of it too, even though I'm kind of like the anti-strategy person. So it was very refreshing to just send an email. It had typos, it had errors, but just send it like I would send it to a friend. So that is what I'm going to do here on this podcast. I'm just going to talk to you guys like we're sitting on the couch or across the table having coffee and fill you in on everything. I keep bringing the podcast back. I had Anthony, took a break, and then the pandemic started, took a break, and then we had more pandemic, virtual school, the election. I started this new position that I'm going to tell you guys all about. It's just been crazy. And like people at my house 24/7, my kids home, my mother-in-law is like such a freaking gift. She helps watch the kids so that Mark and I can work. And Mark's been working from home. He just recently started going back to the office. And Gracie doesn't have virtual schools on Monday. So Monday, it's looking like is going to be the day that I can actually record and have a quieter space, because honestly, like I was never going to be the person to go to my car to record a podcast or go hide in a closet. It's too much effort trying to move all the equipment and all that stuff. So I am here. It is a Monday morning. I am going to see if I can commit to joining you guys every week again. And I just love that, you guys are always excited when I make a comeback. And you just know how tough it is being a mom, being a business owner, trying to balance all the virtual things that are happening during the pandemic. It's been crazy, but it's actually been crazy awesome at the same time. So let's dive in and let me tell you what is new, what is going on. So most of you know I've been working with James Wedmore. I'm coming up on 6 months on Team Wedmore. It is absolutely amazing. I applied to be on like a very small sales team with him. Only 5 of us. We were chosen to be on an exclusive sales team. And this is a potentially like $2 million revenue stream that I get to be a part of. It's so cool. And it's very new. It's very much in the experimental phase. So there's not a ton happening with it right now. But, if you would have told me 6 months ago that I would all of a sudden become really good at sales, I would not believe you. I have always kind of shied away from just sales as a general topic, right? Like who likes to be sold to? Sales are icky. All of the things, all the stories around sales. But what James has done such a beautiful job of teaching us is sales is just another part of helping people. We're helping them get out of indecision. And it's not about whether they say yes or whether they say no. It's just about holding the space for them, holding the space for someone to have that time to make a commitment, whether it's yes or whether it's no. And that's just really opened up my eyes and my mind about what it means, to focus on sales. We're just holding the space to help people make a decision. And that is it. It's that simple. And business can be that simple. The next thing I want to tell you about is I have become the community manager over at Team KT Mary. And this all kind of happened on a whim. So, I've really been leaning into my skills when it comes to building a community. I've had this weird urge, to explore being on teams because I've loved being on James's team so much. I'm always attracted to the idea of being part of something that's bigger than me and learning. Oh my gosh, I'm learning so much. So I saw KT's job description on the Create and Cultivate website, and this description was like me. I mean, literally every single part of it was like, might as well have just said Elizabeth Henson. So I took a chance and, I applied, and because I had James Wedmore on my resume, it kind of helped me stand out a little bit. And 4 interviews later, I am now the community manager over at Team KT Mary, and it is a wild ride. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm learning a ton, and it's actually helping my business. I'm going to explain that in just a second, but I feel like it's opening so many doors for me to lean into, my community leadership, management, strategy, specialist, whatever you want to call it. I feel like I could go and I can help other CEOs with their community management. I can help other people become community managers. Like, the sky is the limit, and I just see opportunity everywhere. Like, this last year and a half has just become all about seeing and recognizing opportunity. And, if you guys take away any golden nuggets from this episode, it's that you learn to see and be open to seeing opportunity, and opportunity can look so different all the time. So I am working for KT quite a bit. We're doing about 25 hours a week. And you guys know that I was really only working in my own business about 15 hours a week. That was always my goal, to work about 15 hours a week. And this is like limiting that even more. But this is actually a really good thing because it's forcing me to get even more light and easy in my own business, to get even more laser focused in my own business. So when I think about 2021 and what that looks like, it's all about leveling up Shine the Light Society. We have already raised the price. We have got a brand new sales page. We've welcomed 3 new members already this year. And 2021 is just going to be all about scaling and spoiling and hanging out with my Shine Light Society members. We're beginning to do what I'm calling CEO Mondays because, now that my time is even more limited than it was before, I was thinking, how can I make Shine the Light Society feel even more light and easy for me than it already is, but also level up the experience for the members? And these are the questions that we need to be asking ourselves, right? As business owners, how can I make this easier for me, but also level up the experience for our clients and customers? Because so many people walk through life and owning a business and they think that that's actually not possible, right? That we have to work harder to take better care of our people. And it's absolutely not true. I'm just learning time and time again that light and easy creates a better experience for everyone. So we're starting CEO Mondays. And I did this because, I was like, if I have to map out what my month is going to look like and when I'm available to James and when I'm available to KT, when I'm available to myself, what would it look like if I just created a time container for Shine the Light that stayed the same every single week? And so I'm actually showing up more because before we were only doing 2 meetings a month, where now I'm offering 4, but they're at the same exact time every single week. And we're calling it CEO Mondays. And I was like, okay, this is awesome because I don't know another membership that offers this. Imagine having a business coach, your community, anything that you need every single week, that kind of support every single week. And it just felt really right. So of course I ran it by the members to get their feedback, and everyone was on board. Everyone's excited. So we're going to test it out. And if it goes well, then starting in March, we will officially be doing CEO Mondays every single Monday. Now, you're probably like, that's a lot to commit to every single Monday, but I have help, right? I have my amazing integrator, Carrie, and I'm bringing on one guest speaker every month. So this isn't really like it's all on me. I have a team. I have amazing people that, can jump in if they need to facilitate a mastermind or to teach something to my members. They're going to be taken care of. And it's so much easier for me to just have it on the same day every single week than before. We were kind of doing like the third Wednesday and the fourth Tuesday or something like that. And it just felt like a lot. People were losing track of when the meetings were. So now it's just going to be ingrained that they're the same time every single week. And I'm excited. And again, it's all an experiment. I'm constantly listening to my community and what's working, what's not working, how can I best support them, so they know that this is always an open discussion and that I'm always going to, be doing what I can do to serve them best. So that is really exciting. Shine Light Society, I would say, is like my number one focus for my business in 2021, because it's already like a well-oiled machine. We've been going for over 2 years now. And because of the pandemic, I have combined Hampton Roads Creative Network, which is my in-person community, into the virtual experience. And that really was able to level up Shine the Light's experience, because now we have Shine the Light locals. And it was always on my radar to kind of figure out how to combine the two. Now, when the pandemic is long gone, I may revisit some of this, but for now, it's totally what works. I'm excited about it. It feels good. And then, photography is still very much a thing. I have 3 weddings this year. Those were all like special, easy yeses. But I will be kind of stepping back from weddings. I'm hoping to focus more on, small, intimate ceremonies. There's a really big question mark in the photography side of things. The good news is that it's still very much a revenue stream. I don't have to market for it. I get amazing word of mouth referrals and returning customers in my photography business. So it's okay if I drop the ball on marketing, because that leg of my business really just runs itself. It provides, a good backbone of the revenue in my business. So I'm just not messing with it. I'm going to continue to do what I do. I know I'm really good at it. I really love it. But, working for KT has also kind of opened my mind. And I know that there's still something there for me when it comes to photography. I know that there's something there and there's something big. I just don't know what it is yet. So welcome to the unknown, because I just don't know. But I know that I will know, and I know that I'm excited to kind of figure out how I can pivot that as well to be light and easy for me, but also provide a really great experience for my customers or clients or whatever that looks like. So that's a huge question mark, a huge to be continued, but I just know there's something there. Photography will always be part of my life. It will always be a passion of mine, but we'll see. There's going to be some changes, but for now, I'm continuing to love and serve my VIPs and my clients and my repeat customers and the 3 weddings that I have on the books for this year. Okay, so the podcast. Here I am. We're here. Hi. The Messy Success Podcast. If you have been following along closely, you know that I have applied for the trademark, the Messy Success Podcast. I'm a huge fan of my friend Joey Vitale, and he has his program called Power Brand. I have, shared that with you guys before, and it just made it so easy to apply, and I'm really excited to find out if we officially get it, but if we don't, that's okay. But I was like, oh my gosh, I just applied for this trademark and I kind of dropped the ball on the podcast because there's wild children in my house all the time. But that's okay because we are all, we're right on time. And, that was another like mental shift for me in my business is when I stopped operating from this place of like needing or thinking about how things should look. And all of a sudden, I just started to change that internal narrative a little bit and to say, I have everything I need. I am right on time. And just being fully present all the time and not so much worrying about what I'm doing a week from now, what I'm doing a month from now, what are my, like, of course I want to think about long-term goals, but like, we don't want to be attached to those goals in an unhealthy way. So I just wake up every single morning and I know that I am exactly where I need to be. I know that I have everything that I need to be successful. I don't have this like shiny object syndrome that I used to have, or like, what's the next big thing, or what do people want to see from me? It all just sort of started coming from within, and that clarity and that confidence that I have everything I need, that I have everything I need to help people, to provide a good service, to help women, become better CEOs themselves, learning to balance work and life and all the things. I mean, I had someone message me last week after seeing my email. I was like, how the heck do you do it all? And it doesn't even feel like heavy to me, or it doesn't feel like I'm doing a lot. Now, I will say there are a lot of ebbs and flows. So I did have a very, very busy January adjusting to this new this new routine, this new schedule. We were working on a very, very, very big project and launching with KT Mary, but it never felt like it wasn't manageable. I never felt like, oh my God, my own business is going to crumble. Nothing like that. I just knew that like what I'm learning and what I'm being exposed to by being on these other teams, I mean, it's like the best kind of education because I'm in it. Like, I'm not just sitting back watching the modules of a course. Like, I am in it and I'm just getting to experience so many different things, and it's so much fun. I just can't even tell you guys how much fun I'm having and how much I'm learning. I even started reading again. I never thought I would have time to open a book again. And it just goes to show, sorry, I've been getting all these spam calls, you guys. I don't know where they're coming from. It just goes to show that when we change the internal narrative in our head, especially that relationship with time that we've talked so much about, it changes everything. Because I have less time physically, but I feel like I have more time because I'm in complete control of that internal narrative that's happening in my mind. Of just waking up and knowing that I have everything I need, waking up and knowing that I'm exactly where I need to be, and looking at the messy things and just getting excited about what they're teaching me. So every time I have a roadblock or a confusing moment or even a moment of frustration, I get really excited thinking about what I'm learning, whether it's an experience or whether it's something about myself that I'm learning. I'm really excited about 2021. I'm so grateful that you guys are here listening to, the messy brainstorming that is Elizabeth Henson. It's always evolving. I'm never just going to stay put. I'm always going to be evolving. I'm really excited about my team. So Carrie, my integrator, and Abby, my VA, we just had a team meeting last week and I felt like I finally officially onboarded them, and we talked about our culture, and I talked about how important to me it is that work for them feels light and easy, but that they're also creative every single week, that they feel like they're accessing their highest good, their highest purpose. That's really important to me. So yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm going to share as much as I can with you guys. I'm going to show up here as much as I can and just share the journey as I always have, the imperfect progressions, the ups, the downs. I'm here for it. I'm here for the learning. I'm here for sharing. Shine Light Society will be opening up again on March 31st. We are officially launching our first partner program, which means we're going to have affiliates. It's just been awesome. So the sales page that I mentioned got a facelift. Shout out to James's Sales Page by Design program, and also having my designer Katie Harrington and copywriter Chelsea Sherman all on board. So I was able to go through the content of Sales Page by Design and just make really messy notes and then send it off to them, and they brought it all to life. But the doors will be opening March 31st, so we've got a lot to do between now and then. But it was so interesting to see how I raised the price and we're almost getting more sales and more members. And Carrie was always nudging me like, I just think it's underpriced. I think it's confusing for people that Shine Light Society is so affordable. And that just goes to show, that we always make assumptions that people want to pay less. But sometimes people realize that the bigger the investment, the more skin in the game, and the better they're going to show up. So that's all been a fun part of the experiment, but very exciting as well. Okay, I can hear Anthony kind of screaming downstairs, so let's see how this goes. We've brought the podcast back, and I hope that you can wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself that you have everything you need to be successful, and what's your next required action item, right? And not play the what things should look like or how things should go kind of game that we play with ourselves. Oh, and I did want to mention Clubhouse. So who's on Clubhouse? What do you think? I freaking love it. So what I love about Clubhouse, if you don't know, Clubhouse is a new social media app. It's all voice-based. It's invitation only right now. I do have invites. Feel free to send me a DM if you need one. But there's no pictures. There's no messaging. There's literally no fluff. I mean, you just show up and talk to people. You can meet new people. You can create your own room and teach on something. It's so cool. There's no fluff. There's no curation. There's no needing to be perfect. There's no images, like no video. It's just voice. So you don't have to be dressed. You can have your hair in a messy bun, no makeup on, and you just interact with other humans. And I love it for that. It can be kind of a time suck. So I will say I haven't been on as much as I would like with all of my new endeavors, but it is definitely on my radar. And I really enjoy just being able to show up and talk and meet new people. And, you can tell very quickly when somebody speaks, like whether they know their stuff or not. And sometimes with Instagram or Facebook, it's so easy to like kind of hide behind a curtain, right? This curtain of perfection, this curated news feed, these copyrighted captions. But you can't do that on Clubhouse. Like, you're talking, you're live. It's real. So I do really love and appreciate that. And I feel like, I show up best like this, just imperfectly and just winging it and just talking to people. I don't really love to write, nor am I a great writer. I am a photographer. I'm very visual, but like, I'm not the greatest like newsfeed curator of the gram. I'm just excited for something new. It's a breath of fresh air. So if you guys are on Clubhouse, come connect with me. I'm just Elizabeth Henson over there. If not, I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and continuing to see you here on the podcast. So thank you guys so much for being here. I can't wait to hear your feedback, and I will see you soon.